7 or 8 years ago, when the first one came out, there was an awards competition called the American Anime Awards. Does anybody remember that? They, a bunch of production companies in the anime industry got together, and they thought, you know what? The film companies have the Oscars, and music has the Grammys, right? And TV has the Emmys. So we should, theater has the Tonys, right? Awards. We should have American Anime Awards. And so they organized an awards presentation, and they took voting from fans from all over the world for all of the main categories. Best long-form anime, best anime film, best actor in an anime series, best supporting actress in an anime series, whatever. All of those different categories. And I was nominated that year for Best Actor as Ed, but also there was another show that I had done that year called Macross. Anybody in here like Robotech? Anybody remember Robotech? Well, Robotech was actually Macross. It was an anime series that was adapted for an English audience, and they changed all the names. The main character's name was Hikaru Ichijo, and they changed it to Rick Hunter. So it became, an Americanized version. So I played Hikaru Ichijo in Macross, and I was nominated for Macross and Full Metal for Best Actor. Johnny Bosch, Crispin Freeman, a couple of others were all in this. There were like 5 of us nominated. For the award ceremony, we went to New York City. They rented a theater in New York City, just like they do for awards production. They had it televised and everything, black tie event, all that fancy stuff. And I went, and we just went into this theater and went into my chair, sit down, and there were people all around me in the industry. I didn't know who they were, right? It could be from anywhere. They could do anything. They could be engineers, they could be writers, animators, whatever. So I sit down and I start chatting it up with this older gentleman sitting beside me, and we're just talking, and just small talk. Pretty old guy. And we didn't get to talk much before the ceremony started. And it started, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, right? Welcome to the first annual American Anime Awards, blah, 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 right? And with me, Sarah? So they start doing all the categories. The nominees for best blah, 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 blah are, right? So they finally get to this category and they go, now we are going to present the Anime Lifetime Achievement Award. And we're all sitting around going, wow, cool. This man has been voicing anime characters for 40 years and is most well known as the voice of Speed Racer in the original Speed Racer. And we're all going, wow, that's amazing. The American Anime Award Lifetime Achievement Award goes to Peter Fernandez. And the old man sitting next to me stands up.
That's amazing.
I was nerding out. He goes up and he accepts the award. You know how the Academy Awards has the Oscar, right? Well, we had the Mecca. That's what it was called. It was a gold Mecca. It was amazing. I still have it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So he gives his speech, right? His thank you everybody speech, and he comes back down and sits back down right beside him with you. And he shows me his award, his trophy, and I'm looking at it. It's beautiful, and I still sit there in disbelief, right? Sitting beside Speed freaking Racer, right? Then they come to the best actor in an anime series category, and I won. I couldn't believe it, and I went up on stage and got my Mecca. And then went back down and sat down beside Speed Racer and showed him my trophy and we sat there looking at each other's throat. Can you imagine? I mean, just step back from it. You know what I mean? Like the amazing gift of it. If you could have gone back in time, Sarah, and told a little 12-year-old Vic Mignogna when he was running around in Greensburg, Pennsylvania with his friend Wayne playing Donkey Kong Jr. and imitating Speed Racer, that one day he too would be an anime voice actor, and one day he would sit beside the voice of Speed Racer and chat with him as a peer in the industry, and both receive, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, you can't write that stuff, you know what I mean? It's just too crazy. It's just too crazy. That is why I always make it a point, and I hope I don't scare anybody with what I'm about to say. That's why I always make it a point to thank God. And I'll tell you why, guys. Listen, I'm not trying to convert you. I just want you to understand something.
Learn the ways of God.
I didn't plan this. I didn't go to school for voice acting. I didn't make demo tapes and send them all over the world. I didn't go and knock on doors at studios relentlessly until somebody gave me a job. A door opened, and I walked through it, and I had no idea what would ever come of it. And here we are, almost 20 years later, and 300 anime series and video games. I would be a jerk to try to take credit for that. I didn't do it. So, you know what I mean? I didn't make that happen. So I'm always very careful to give credit where credit is due, and I give credit to God. So I hope I don't offend anybody, but that's just who I am, okay? So,